Tye Sheridan, thank you so much for joining me to talk about The Order.
Thanks for having me.
Um, I think your career has included an incredible array of characters, but this role of Jamie, a police officer who dares to speak up, is one I don't think you've played before. Tell me about the process of learning about Jamie and this town and creating this character that does him justice.
Well, I grew up in a small town, so I could understand what it would be like to be in this position where you feel like there's a direct threat to your family and there's a direct threat to your community, and from people that you know, from people within your community. So I think that was the one thing that really drew me into the role the most, probably. But yeah, it's the movie is at large about family, right? And I just kind of love that meditation and being kind of underset this crazy movie that feels like it's a good guys versus bad guys film that has really high stakes and it's a propulsive thriller. So yeah, there were a lot of things that drew me in.
You talk about family, and it absolutely is about family, but it's also about integrity and having the courage to do what's right, even amidst those kinds of threats. Um, what was it that you maybe personally took away from portraying Jamie that, I don't know, maybe became a part of you or that you were a little bit more aware of that you were before?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think it's he makes um, an ultimate sacrifice in the film. And so I think it was one, reckoning with that, what that would be like, with a family, with, as a part of your, as being a law enforcement officer in your community. But yeah, I'm not sure, I try not to let the movies hang with me. At least the bad stuff. The good stuff I'll take and carry with me, but.
Very good. That's gotta be tough to do because it's a pretty emotional type of film. I can't imagine how you cut it off right at the end. So what do you do after an emotional day of filming? What is it that takes you out of that situation and brings you back to Tye Sheridan?
Well, unfortunately, when you're making a movie, you don't really have a lot of time, so you're preparing for the next day, and so you just turn focus to the next day.
Let's talk a little bit about challenges. And I'm sure this role had some challenges. When you picked up that script and you read it, what in your mind were some challenges that you thought you would need to overcome or come up against that would be a little bit more difficult for you?
Well, when I first read the script, there was a period of evolution of the character from when I first read it to when we started making the movie. So it was really, I think that was most of the preparation and went into trying to understand what were the more interesting aspects of the character and how does he, you know, play into the whole film and how does he play off of Jude's character and what is where do we lean into and then there were some interesting decisions that we made along the way. For instance, his wife, not being white, um,
Right.
being Native American, and then having a mixed race family, kind of in juxtaposition to this white power that he's trying to protect his family against.
Very good. Ty Sheridan, thank you not only for talking with me today about this film, but for having the courage to make this film, especially today. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.